Good evening, classmates and fellow airmen. My name is Senior Airman Ryan Jones, and today I will be going over my professional performance task for ALS. And before I get started, I want everyone to think of a time when they had a leader and what truly made him a leader. And then I want you to think about a time where you had someone that was not showing leadership and they were not the person that should be in the position that they were in. So I just want you to think about that as I go through my slides. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about an individual that has made a big impact in my life and that I look up to as a leader and a role model. We will be going over this member's backgrounds and duties. We will also go over his role in the Air Force and how he shows professionalism. We will then go over the contributions that he has made to our unit and the Air Force as a whole. And to conclude, I will be going over what truly makes a great leader. So to get started, the member that I look up to as a role model and a leader is Technical Sergeant Thomas E. Little. His job in the Air Force is a heavy equipment operator, just like myself. He is located at the same base that I am, which is the 201st Red Horse Squadron at Fort Town Gap, Pennsylvania. He is married and has 3 lovely kids. Currently, he's a truck driver for USPS, and he lives in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Technical Sergeant Riddle has been the Air National Guard at Fort Town Gap for 13 going on 14 years. And his role in my unit is to guide other airmen, show them do this and do that. And he's been on 2 deployments, so he can use that experience that he got from that to help us back here in the States. So, for an example, Technical Sergeant Riddle and I were on a TDY to Lithuania, and his job was to show me how to run the chute on the concrete trucks. And it takes a while to learn them. It's a very hard job to do. But Technical Sergeant Riddle was not the one to give up. And we were working about 14-hour days, and he still persisted. And I remember him saying to me, "You're staying on this piece of equipment until you're 100% comfortable with it. I don't care how long it takes." And I couldn't thank him enough for that. When we got the job done, which again was two days early, I was coined from Chief Master Sergeant. And instead of Technical Sergeant Riddle saying, "Oh, that should be my coin, I lead them, I guided them," he didn't. He came up to me and said congratulations and said I did an amazing job. So that's why I have up here service before self, because he didn't need to be there. He could have been home with his family. It was a voluntary deployment, or he could have been doing some other job that was more fun. But knowing that he had to come there to guide us and to lead us was a really big step. And that's why I would never leave an airman behind, because he was persistent. He would not give up on us. Even though we were struggling, we had difficulties, he kept pushing to make us be the best that we can be. So now, I want to go over his contributions, and I have another story for you, so bear with me here. So anyways, in my flight, we have one full-time member, and that member and many others got deployed for about 13 months, and that was because of COVID-19. It was supposed to be 8 to 10 months, but it got extended to 13 months. And before they were about to leave, many members were asked if they could replace the full-time member that was getting deployed. Now, Technical Sergeant Riddle, knowing that he had a child on the way and was making more money at his civilian job, he did not hesitate and took the job. Even though he may have not wanted it, he didn't put his head down, and he kept doing his job. Riddle's decisions to increase time away from his family and to receive a pay cut shows that he is a great leader. To wrap up the events, Riddle's actions helped keep the base running and to perform with excellence. Even though they were over there for very long, longer than expected, Riddle persisted with a positive attitude. So as you can see, Technical Sergeant Riddle is the best leader. He puts service before himself. Through Technical Sergeant Riddle's actions and decisions to take on this responsibility, he greatly contributed to helping keep our flight organized. And that's where I want to come back to what really makes a true leader. And I hope you guys were all thinking about if you had a member that was a great leader and why. What made him a great leader. So I want to give you another example. And that was, I was in Vegas and I had a senior airman as my instructor. And don't get me wrong, he wasn't the worst leader, but he wasn't the best leader. And he knew how to do his job very efficiently. He was great at it, but he did not know how to lead. He didn't build us up. He put us down. He said negative things, very negative outlook, and very negative environment. And no one wanted to be there. I did not want to be there. My fellow airmen did not want to be there. We were not motivated. And that's why I say General Sergeant Middle is this leader. He builds you up, and he keeps pushing you. And that's why I want to thank General Sergeant Riddle and many others that are in the military or even outside the military that are the great leaders and that help everyone keep achieving their goal. Does anyone have any questions for me?